Okay, a very good morning or good afternoon, everybody. It's such a pleasure and honor being here with all of you. Now, I'm also learning a new skill set in this lockdown period, and Instagram Live seems to be one of them. And I was thinking, what should I talk to all of you about on this? My daughter, sometimes she asks me, Dad, how do you think and what should I study to become a very good professional and to have a very happy life, and how do I lead forward? What education should I take? What college should I go? There's only one thing I have to tell her. If you are able to take care of your physical, mental and spiritual health, you'll go far. You'll be able to do whatever you want to do and you'll lead a very happy life. That has been something which I've been telling her. Now, if you look at it the way the world is, when we take care of our physical health, it is visible, So let's say if I go to the gym and I start running and I start building my body, biceps get visible and we get toned in, and people start complimenting us. Hey, you have lost some weight. You're looking so good. That is very clearly visible. So most of us, if you see, we are very, very obsessed and focused about our physical health. But when it comes to mental health, it is not so clearly visible. It is something that we within ourselves feel that. Are we happy? Are we sad? What are we feeling? And where exactly it is? That is something that is visible to us. Very rarely visible to people outside. And that is somewhere we spend the least time. And then taking forward on the spiritual health also, I think there also the kind of time, energy that you spend is minimal. So if I look at the three powerful tools which will make you what you want to be, which will give you what you want in life, which will make you happy. In these three pillars, physical health, a lot of us take very good care because it's visible. People compliment on that. Mental health, no. We are the only one who face it and we suffer in silence. Spiritual health, very low. So today I thought, let me bring this in context, because if you look at statistically, 1 in 5 people in India suffer from mental health. And after the lockdown period, there's 30% increase in people who have this huge panic attacks, who are undergoing a lot of fear. In fact, as an organization at BAJAJ Allianz, very early on, we had done a tie-up with our institution one-to-one in the sense that any of our employees could reach out, or a business partner could reach out and completely anonymously, and they would be offered help. You'll be surprised to know, when I looked at the broad statistics, the only statistic I get is how many people as a percentage have reached out. It's close to 25 to 30% people have reached out. And in the lockdown period, there's a sudden spurt, and most of the cases are COVID related, and there's a lot of apprehension and fear which is coming in. And this is why we thought it's very relevant to the topic. It is relevant that we log in onto this, we talk about this, and we try and answer some question and queries which is there. But the stigma of mental health is wrong. That is the point I want to say. Just like we take care of physical health, we will take care of mental health, we will take care of spiritual health. And if we combine these three pillars strong enough, then rest assured, whatever your dream, desire in life, it will be yours and you'll be a very happy person. This balance of the three is very, very critical, and that is what we shall take. We shall take the mental health point today, and I'm very happy to have Aruna with me. She's a senior counselor from 1-to-1 Health, and she has been very active in this for many, many years. She has counseled very many people. She understands how this moves, and she's also been able to give a lot of solutions to people. Even societal cases she has handled in the past when people have reached out to her. Now, it will be good for us to understand from an expert and try and see what are the questions, apprehensions which keep on coming in mind, and how should we handle it, and how should we look at the lockdown period and what exactly it is. So welcome, Aruna, to the Instagram Live, and very happy to have you here. Now, if I look at let me start with a very basic question. Why do you think mental health is very important during these times? What is, because now you see how the COVID issues happening across the world. If I open television, if I open newspaper, if I open WhatsApp, there's so much negative news. There's so much fear. People are talking of job layoffs. People are talking of uncertainty. People are talking of deaths happening. I can't go and meet my friends. I can't shake hands. I can't even go to the vegetable shop without being scared. No, when I see people, I try to maintain as much distance as possible. So much fear, so much scared. I thought let's hear from you why it is so critical now in these times.
Sure. All right. So thank you for inviting One-to-One Health Reach Out to be a part of this innovative program. And as you have rightly said, the context, mental health is one of the very, very important aspects that all of us need to keep on a daily basis and every minute basis rather. So as you said, physical health is very evident. When you look into physically somebody is improving their health, it's very evident if they are dieting or if they are like trying to reduce their weight or like build up their body. But when it comes to mental health, there are no significant outwardly you can see that, okay, this person is working on his or her mental health. But it is a very, very essential component of our well-being, our holistic well-being. So like a little example, if I have to give you, about why mental health is important in this crisis, in this pandemic lockdown that we are all in. If we have to look into a little example about, if suppose we are walking by the road, and we see one of our colleagues with whom we had a subtle argument 3 days back in a meeting. So we are walking down the street and we are trying to wave our hand at our colleague. And the colleague did not notice. And with all happiness and enthusiasm, I tried to wish my colleague, but my colleague did not respond to me. What happens to me first? So I may feel embarrassed, because I showed being a well-wisher sign to my colleague, but he or she did not respond to me. So I'm feeling sad, I'm feeling ignored, I'm feeling embarrassed, maybe I'm feeling angry. So there are many emotions that run in my mind and in my heart. Where are these emotions coming from? It's all the way that I'm perceiving that in my mind. He or she purposively ignored me. They did it on purpose so that I feel sad. Or sometimes we can also think, maybe after some time we may think that maybe he or she was on a call, or maybe on the phone, or maybe they were thinking something, or maybe preoccupied with something. But that may come a little later, those thoughts. So my thoughts are very important. My thoughts contribute a lot to my action. My thoughts are contributing how I feel and how I behave. So it's very important that I have a non-challenging or positive way of thinking, so that I perceive everything that is what is happening outside of me positively as well. So in this situation, rather than optimism, being hopeful is very important. And where is this hopefulness coming from? Is from our mental strength. Only if we are being able to see things positively outside, we'll have that hope that, okay, I will also deal with this and I can do this, rather than thinking optimistically that everything will be okay. Yes, I can be optimistic, but more than optimism, I need to be more hopeful in this situation.
No, I think it's a very relevant point that you made. When you're hopeful and you're very clear and you understand the situation well, and you have the desire to overcome and you have the desire to emerge stronger, I think then you're in a better mental state. Then being optimistic and then news gets bad and that pushes you back very negatively. Very good point made, Aruna. Thank you very much. But one of the common questions I keep on seeing, which is coming up on the screen, people are asking, is that how do you get rid of the feeling of loneliness and anxiety during the period? It's a very relevant question. You have lockdown. People are stuck in a place where they are, and they will be very lonely, and high amount of anxiety will be there. So how and what would you recommend that we should be doing to handle this?
So it is naturally, for all of us, it is very natural to feel anxious or panic at this moment. So this anxiety and panic is leading to a lot of feeling in us, feeling overwhelmed, feeling lonely, feeling loss of control. So far I had a control over everything around me, on myself, but I don't have that now. So I'm kind of lost in everything. I'm fearful about certain things, fearful whether I may get infected, members might get infected someday, or I'm fearful of stepping out of my home because of what is happening around us. So there is a lot of intensely uncomfortable fear aligned with a lot of other feeling that is very challenging for us to deal with. So how to deal with these challenging emotions is very, very important. So as I said, everything comes from the way that we perceive. Everything comes, the way that I think is the way that I feel. The way that I feel is the way that I behave. So these three components are very essential for us. So if I have to look into how do I deal with this loneliness, how do I deal with anxiety, two different things. So my anxiety is first. How do I deal with it? So the very, very varied strategies or techniques that we can follow. But basically, one is taking a pause. Very important to take a pause and think about that. Am I safe? Reflect, am I safe? Take that time. Am I safe? Is my family members, the people, my well-wishers, are they safe? So if I have followed through all the procedures, all the strategies that has been told to us by the government, from the medical experts, if we have been following through that, yes, I am safe. So I'm now sure that I'm safe. Now, what is that worrying me? What is that bothering me if I'm locked down inside my house? I wanted to work from home earlier. That was my choice, voluntary. But now it is more of involuntary. I'm made to work from home. So that out of control feeling is making us more uncomfortable. So anything for a period of 2 weeks, it's like we are preoccupied with that, or like we are looking at what are the challenges for that. So for anything for a 2-week period is all manageable. But once it goes beyond the 2 weeks, is what that gets challenging, and that is what get interrupts in our everyday life or the way that we feel. So simple strategies, if I have to tell you. So I'll start with something physical strategy. So first, as I said, taking that pause is very important. Making sure to myself that I'm safe or not is very important. 1. 2. I have to look into how do I relax myself. Okay. So some of us are very aggressive personalities, very fast-paced, very highly energetic. Some of us are a little slow-paced, a little submissive in nature. Some of us are very assertive. We know when to say yes or no, and we are able to communicate what is there in us clearly. So for all these three personalities, not the same way of strategy works. So somebody who is very aggressive with their energy, with their personality, maybe jogging and running, doing rigorous exercises may help. Somebody who is very submissive, somebody who has a very a calmer or a shy personality, maybe for them to reflect upon themselves, breathing exercises, meditation may help. So we have to find out what is that is going to help me. What my wife is doing may not be helpful for me. What my neighbor is doing may not be helpful for me. What my manager is doing may not be helpful for me. I need to find out what's that going to be helpful for me. So as simple as that, holding an ice cube in my palm, as tight, and closing my eyes and feeling that temperature in my hand can distract my challenging thoughts. Can help me think about, okay, this is where I am. This is me now. Yeah. So as simple as that in dealing with my anxiety. Few other things can be deep breathing exercises. We all breathe. Every minute, every second we are breathing. But consciously breathing, mindfully breathing is very important. So what is that? Any space, whether your workspace, in your living room, wherever you are, just close your eyes, sit calmly, concentrate in the way that you're breathing. Okay, so there is a very different breathing exercise that has come, which is called as the lion's breathing. So very fascinating. It's actually for adolescents that was made, but also adults can use, whereby you are sitting in a posture whereby your palms are open and on your knees. You close your eyes and breathe, and when you breathe out, you're doing a breathe out with your mouth wide open, or in a hollow position, you're breathing out, making a noise. So you're inhaling and you're exhaling consciously, mindfully. At the same time, when you're exhaling, your body posture is wide and open, and your palms are wide and open, and you stretch your chest in a way that you're feeling open to inhale anything positive and exhale everything negative. So that's something called as a lion's breathing exercise. Yeah. So there are many techniques and strategies, but we need to understand what is going to help me, what is that can be helpful for me. Certain other, if I have to specifically look into emotionally calming myself, I could do a backward counting. I can do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 exercise. So what is that 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? Hearing 5 things around me, seeing 4 things around me, 3 things that I can touch, 2 things that I can smell, and 1 thing that I can taste. So this is an exercise which is more of a mindful exercise, more of an exercise to be self-aware about ourselves, my emotions, to calm myself and to help myself to challenge these negative emotions. We can do this 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, I can hear. 4, the things that I can see. 3, the things that I can touch. 2, things that I can smell, and 1 thing that I can taste. So these are few things through which we can do consistently. Very important is consistency. Not only when I'm feeling anxious, not only when I'm feeling lonely, but consistently every day, so that my body is conditioned to this, rather than only when there is a threat or only when there is an emergency I do this and I expect my body to be calm or mind to be calm. So that would not be helpful, but doing something simple as a 15-minute walk inside the house or jog wherever you're standing, doing as simple as that, but every day consistently is what is important. So I hope I have answered you here.
No, it's a very good answer. I think if I try and put it together, it is like if somebody wants a good body, they have to go to the gym every day. Yeah, not that tomorrow I have to go for a party, so tonight I gym for 5 hours and tomorrow I have a great body.
Absolutely.
It doesn't work like that. I think if I try and see, what you're going to say is that one has to practice these things every day, consistently. And if I look at right from the ice strategy or the breathing or the lion's breathing or the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 strategy that you mentioned about, I think it is all about getting you back to the present moment, no? Because I think the anxiousness happens when you're thinking about the future, and a lot of negative thoughts keeps on building up, and you allow it to accumulate, no? And actually, when I think about it, when I go back to the past, there may have been many anxious moments, but today when I look at it, I find it very funny. Yeah, most of them just don't happen. But the problem with the mind is, if you allow it to happen, it keeps on going up. So the beauty of what you say is that we have to come back to the present moment when we feel anxious. I think the ice cube one is the one which I feel would actually bring you back to the immediate moment because of the temperature in your hand. So what Aruna says is that if you are able to hold 2 ice cubes in your hand and you feel that immediately when you're feeling anxious, it will bring you back to the present moment. But if you want to be prepared for it, prepare every day. Do deep breathing, do the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 exercise. Even when you're walking, you can be meditative, you can be very focused on walking. When you do it every day, you train your mind, like the way you build your body, that when anxiety occurs, you'll be able to pull yourself up and faster out of it than be it. The problem is, when you stay in it for too long, is where the problem starts happening. That is where the mental health starts happening, because everybody would go through anxiety, everybody would go through fear. It's a normal thing to happen. But the ones who are able to pull themselves out very fast, notice they're going through it, and are able to get back to the present moment, are the ones which are able to pull it out Very good. So thank you, Anand, on that. But other things I hear a lot about is, and people asking this question is, what is anticipatory grief, and how can it lead to anxiety? I think this again is the issue, which I think is one of the step before the anxiety kicks in. So can we talk a bit about this, Anand?
Sure, absolutely, Mr. Tapan. So, grief is a concept which was developed by psychologists. Grief is a process when we are going through a process of loss. So, while we are grieving, there are different stages while we grieve. So, initially, when we hear the bad news or the loss, we are in a shock. And then we deny, oh, something wouldn't have happened. There's no chance. I just saw the person in the morning. Once we go through that phase of denial, we are angry. Why did this happen? We are angry on ourselves, on the person who's no more, on the Almighty, the power. Once we're feeling angry, maybe the next phase that we may go on to is bargaining. Please give this person back to me. Please give that control back to me. Please, bring this person back to my life. You bargain. So once you go through all these phases, the next phase that you go in is a feeling of sadness. And after a few days is you accept what has happened to you. So this is something called as a grief in general. But here in this pandemic, in this uncertainty that is being surrounded all over us, which is again intensely uncomfortable for all of us, we are all going through something called as an anticipatory grief. So grief hasn't happened yet, but we are in a mindset of anticipating grief in a way that I am not in control of my things. Why? Why did this happen to me? I'm angry that I have to be at home. I'm not able to meet my friends, my loved ones. Maybe I'm staying alone here. My parents are back somewhere else. Maybe I'm here. My spouse and children are back in some other place. Maybe because of my work from home policy, I have to stay in the place where I am working rather than shifting or going to my hometown. So I'm angry about many things that is happening to me which are not under my control. So I am in denial, I'm bargaining, I'm feeling sad, but I'm not able to accept what is happening because I'm anticipating grief most of the time. But once I take that pause, once I deal with my anxiety, once I know how to deal with my panic and come in consensus with what is happening with me at present, is when I'm going to feel accepted. I'm going to accept what is happening around me. I'm going to be locked down inside my home because I need to be safe. I cannot travel, or my family should not be traveling at this point of time because every one of us need to be safe. So these are the pointers where we have to remind ourselves when we are going to accept what is that going to happen to me. And that final stage in this current pandemic, there's a new concept that has come, finding a new meaning in life. So this particular time, this lockdown period, with or without our loved ones around us, what is that we are going to help in learning for ourselves is finding that new meaning what's in our life currently. Be it me, my relationship, be it be me as an employee, me as a manager, be it be me as a daughter or a son. What is that new meaning of any role that I'm playing in my life that I'm going to find out is very essential. So even though we are all on the phase of anticipatory grief, but yes, we can also go on to the next stage of finding that new meaning in our life if we are able to deal with this anxiety and grief well.
I think you rightly put it. At all points of time, if we don't have a purpose of life, we don't have a meaning of life, we're not clear about what we can do, what we can contribute to, or feel grateful. I think I can talk from my personal experience. When the lockdown happened, I was very anxious. How do I serve my customers? Will my people be fine? Will my parents be fine? My daughter's a doctor. She's working in a hospital and 18 hours of duty she's doing. Will she be fine? I went through a lot of emotions. But then I realized that my daughter would be doing her duty to the country, to the person. As a doctor, that's part of her job. She's doing it. We have to run the organization so we can serve our customers. If claims are happening, we should be settling it. We settled close to about 8.5 lakh claims in this period. but people should be happy. They should have a purpose. How do they define it? And from home, what all can I do to ensure that we are able to look at things and control it? I think the point you mentioned, acceptance of it, trying to redefine new learnings, to find new purposes, and to see that whoever has to be served can be served, and how do you contribute to society? How can we help people who are who require more help than we do, and how do we go out and reach out to them? How do you make all that arrangements? The moment we entered that mode, I think the purpose there, and the way things moved, it made me much more calmer and much more happier. And huge gratitude, because it gave us an opportunity to be able to serve so many people, even in these circumstances, and a lot of love and respect for all those who are battling it out in the front. I think the moment you see from that perspective, things change. And anticipatory grief is something which I think most people would be going through. And good that you talked about it, Aruna, because you bring it to the perspective as to how things would be going. So we don't have much time, but can you talk about some grounding techniques which can help the mind in an emergency situation? And what should the person do? That is one question which is coming through. And the second question, Aruna, which is coming through very strongly, is that a lot of people are afraid to open up. I think they're going through this trauma in their mind. But they're so afraid, so scared. What will society think? What will people think? How can I talk about about this? People will think that I'm going crazy. What is it? So how do we handle these circumstances? Because the problem is, the more you keep it to yourself, and the more you're not able to come to the present moment, the more deeper you go, the more serious an issue may become. So I thought these are two critical things that we should talk about.
Sure, yes. So just to add on one more component of what I spoke earlier. So having a goal in our life is very important, as you said. But together with that, now, it is the intentionality that is very important. My intention to do certain things, to achieve my goal, is very important as well. So together with that, your next question on the grounding techniques. So as I said, like, the grounding techniques can be holding an ice cube, as simple as snapping our fingers, so that the kinesthetic movement in my hand, things that I can do, distract myself, is opening my palms and keeping my palms open towards the floor. And I'm going to look at my finger, and through my finger, I'm going to look at the floor. Look at my finger, through my finger, I'm going to look at the floor. So there's a dazed or a blurred vision that I have when I'm seeing the floor and when I'm seeing my fingers. So this is something that I can do on an everyday basis to calm myself or help myself relax. So as I also said, I need to find out a method that suits my personality also. So if I have a high energy personality, I need to find out something within indoors, what I can do. So as I said, maybe jogging in a place, maybe if you have dabbas of atta in you, using that as your dumbbells, or as a weighing measure. So find out, as in the marketing strategy, we look into optimum utilization of available resources. Exactly that we have to do here while being inside my home. What is it that I can utilize as a resource or as a supplement for my relaxation exercise or my physical exercise, anything that I'm going towards or looking towards for, what is it that I can use it within inside my home, rather than thinking that, oh, I'm missing my gym, or I miss my the measures wherein I was helping myself gain my weight. So look, even in spite of going through this, how am I going to look into my resources that is available around me is very, very important. So those are the little grounding techniques, and finding out what is that going to help you is also very important. So together with that, I think your last question, kind of forgot about the last part of your question.
No, it was just that in these circumstances, and you answered it, I think when you summed it together, you put it together.
Okay.
The lesson that I learned from here is, my last question was that how do we open up, in terms of we are going through this crisis and we are scared to open up. What will people think? That was it. So how do we have the courage to open up, and where should we go? Is not.
Sure. So one very important aspect here is that in all our body there is a neurotransmitter called as oxytocin. In all human body, in our brains, there is a neurotransmitter called as oxytocin. So this hormone or this neurotransmitter is something that is the pleasure. So when does it get generated is when we have eye contact, then when we have a touch with somebody is when this oxytocin level goes higher. So I highly recommend at least 20 seconds of hugs you need to have from your loved ones every day. You have to provide at the same time receive as well. A 20-second of hug wherein by it will increase your oxytocin level, happiness level, one. So that you don't have to go and talk to somebody, but you can do these measures so that you calm yourself, one. Two, talking to somebody with an eye contact. So if suppose you're living alone, you're single and you actually have no one around you. Like one of my colleagues is staying in a 3 BHK all by herself because all her roommates have gone home, but she did not get a chance to travel because she was she thought that she will make it after the 15 days of lockdown, but again it got extended and her stay of being alone is also getting extended. But the measure that she has been, rather all of us, most of us have been doing is that video conferencing, be it we work or be it be my personal relationship, my family members, my friends, maybe my colleagues. After my work time, maybe I can connect with my colleagues, see their families. So yesterday in my team, we all had a group video call wherein we saw each other's. At the same time, we also met few of our family members also through. So there was a formal connection plus an informal connection, which definitely raised our oxytocin level, and we actually felt happy once we ended this. So that is one part of. So there are people who have had mental illness or would have been going through certain mental illness even prior to this pandemic. Some of us are going through this uncertainty and it is affecting our mental well-being now. So both of them belong to two different categories. Somebody who has already having maybe an anxiety as a disorder, somebody who's going through anxiety now. For both of them, it is two different ways of handling it. So somebody who has already been going through a mental health concern has to continue what they were doing earlier, like taking their medication, talking to their therapist or counselor online, taking that appointment, and whatever was helping them while they were taking the treatment earlier or while they were in counseling earlier, to continue that is very, very important. So people, on the other hand, who are feeling anxious, panic, fear now, yes, you have 1,000 more methods to follow through in dealing with that anxiety, but whom to talk to? Okay? So I cannot be going and talking to somebody who is on the news 8 hours a day and has every update of the news and a WhatsApp forward and links from many sites. And they themselves are overwhelmed and anxious. I cannot go and talk to them and make myself more prone to anxiety. So I need to choose the right person to go and talk to. I can talk to a family member. I can talk to a friend who's open to listen. So when I'm talking, even I should be open to listen to my friend. So it's a two-way. So I give respect and take respect. I listen to somebody and I talk to somebody. So it's a two-way method that I have to provide because everyone needs that space now. So talking to the right person is very important. In spite of following through all these methods, if we are not able to handle this, definitely we are there to help you. We are there to listen to you. We are there to guide you and facilitate the right thing at the right time to be done for you. So reach out to one-to-one help, your assistance in providing emotional well-being. So that would be my final request to all of you.
Thank you, Anna. I think it's a pleasure talking to you, and so many good points has come through. I think we have hundreds of questions now which have come through, but time is already run. We are over time by about 8 minutes. The learning for me is we should keep this session more often and much more longer. And if I take away 2-3 things from this conversation, the first thing is every day I should practice in terms of my mental strength. The way I practice on my physical strength, mental strength is something I should work on every day because that is how it builds up. The second thing is I should follow the grounding techniques, be it the holding the eyes or spreading the palms, looking through the palms to the floor, or the breathing exercise, or the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, which should be done. Third is, if I'm feeling uncomfortable, I should talk. I should talk to people, maintain eye contact, give a hug, or see how things are, or talk to a friend who's ready to listen. But we should talk. We should not keep it within ourselves because that bottling up is very, very dangerous. Fourth, we should be aware of our emotions. We should see what we are going through and we should try and address it, so that we are able to come up much properly beyond that. And fifth, this too will pass. And we shall emerge stronger. We shall emerge happier. We have learned new skill set. We would have got fitter. We have to become much more for a different person, a different environment we should be there. And God willing, it will all be very good. So thank you very much, Arna. Thank you everybody who joined in. Thank you for listening. It's a great feeling to have so many of you join us. And I saw some of you want to see me and meet me when the lockdown is over. Very happy to see all of you and spend some time with you. God bless you. Anything that we can do for you, do let us know. Thank you very much. Thank you, Arna. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.